Kawasaki motorcycle scared me to death. Let's get into it.
RevelatorAlf.
Hello, welcome to RevelatorAlf. Yes, so out on some back trails here with a righteous Riehu, and it kind of got me thinking about those first rides that I took as a lad, and starting on the dirt, and it was with a Kawasaki. So my first bike ever was a Kawasaki K175, and it was great. It went everywhere and it did everything, and for a 10-year-old lad it was brilliant. It was a monster, and yeah, it scared the bejesus out of me quite a few times, but I absolutely loved it. My first love of motorcycles still leans towards Kawasaki's, because that's what I started with. Now, why do they scare me to death? Kawasaki is one of those brands that are just a bit nuts. They're a bit insane. They're a bit loose sometimes. They go incredibly fast, but you're never quite sure, or back then, if they were, you know, if they were gonna do the right thing by you, if you know what I mean. Now, personally, I like bikes a little bit nuts. I like bikes that keep you on the edge a little bit. And over the years, they've just had some bonkers bikes. So if you ever remember the 1000 RX that they had, now that was a bike that put the shivers down many a rider, I can tell you. And you know, there's been other bikes, the Ninja. You know, I mean, who calls their bike a Ninja? It's just bonkers. But Kawasaki produce bikes that just want to be ridden. They want to be ridden hard, and having a screw loose might be a distinct advantage. Now, I've always loved Kawasaki's, and I've owned a few in my time as well. Let's say, from my very first bike, the K175, absolutely loved it. Then got into other ones, but I suppose the ultimate bike that I bought was the ZZR 1400. And to this day, I still think it's the best bike that I've ever owned. And yes, I probably should never have sold it, but you know, those are the things that you do, aren't they? But it was just a brilliant bike, bonkers fast. Yes, in a straight line mostly, but bonkers fast. And it was just a bike that seemed to be rooted to the ground, planted to the ground. It was just an amazing bike, and less of a bonkers riding experience. It didn't scare me, but the thought of going onto it before I rode it, that scared me to death. But I sort of plucked up the courage and got myself on it, and as soon as I started riding, I thought, wow, this is amazing. And that's Kawasaki for me. So Kawasaki, I suppose, are synonymous with, you know, speed and sports bikes and dirt bikes and everything. So let's get onto the dirt bike side. You know, they're probably not the best dirt bikes out there, but they are still flipping awesome out there. Some of the motocross bikes that I've ridden, enduro bikes over the years, have been absolutely amazing. The sports bikes that they've produced have been absolutely great. They do well on the track as well. So, you know, they have pedigree, they have racing pedigree, Kawasaki. And, you know, from the GPZ era and then the Ninja eras, they are just awesome. And the 1 litre bike that they produce is just mind-boggling fast. And it's just one of those bikes, you get on it and you think, wow. Now, here's something I suppose I'd like to reveal. If I'm going to buy a sports bike, a 1 litre sports bike, which I've kind of been thinking about recently, do you know what I mean? You kind of think, well, you know, I'm not too old to, you know, twist it on a little bit. I thought to myself, which one would I go? Would I go for a Suzuki, Yamaha, Honda, whatever? And it's always the same. I'd always go back to a Kawasaki, and the Ninja just says it all for me. But that bike, that 1 litre bike, for me has everything of speed, handling, power, but also it's still just a little bit bonkers as well. Let us know what you think. But you know, for me, they give me that sense of thrill. They kind of scare me a little bit, and sometimes that's what you need, you know, in any vehicle or any bike. It's just something that just keeps you on the edge, just keeps you humble, you know, keeps you honest, you know, makes you respect that bike, respect that ride a little bit. And I think the way technology has gone on, I suppose this is the purpose of this video, the way the technology has gone on, especially with bikes, but in cars as well, you're getting kind of disconnected from that riding experience a little bit. But with Kawasaki, I never felt that. And I rode one a few weeks ago as well. And had that same sensation. It was just a brilliant riding experience. Fun, exhilarating, a thrill ride, and it was brilliant. Anyway, let us know your thoughts. What do you think about Kawasaki's or any other brand? Which brand gives you that thrill ride? You know, which one that would you say, God, that brand or that bike scared me to death? Let us know in the comments below. But don't forget to subscribe, hit that bell, like and share. Check out the website RevelatorAlf.com. I'm going to carry on the Righteous Riehu now and go and shred a few more trails. Ta-da!